Hey guys, it's Anna, and for this week's video I'm going to be showing you 4 different books that I really want to read and why I want to read them. So let's get on with that. The first book that I have is The Diary of Anne Frank. I have wanted to read this book for a really long time, but I've never been able to get my hands on it because I've heard so much about Anne Frank and her life and whatnot, briefly heard of it, and the fact that her story is very remarkable and just inspiring that I just really wanted to read it. So if you don't already know the story of Anne Frank, I will tell you a little brief overview of what happens in here. So it's set in 1942 when the Nazis are occupying Holland, and it's about this 13-year-old girl and her family who have been forced to flee their home in Amsterdam and go into hiding. That's it, go into hiding. Now pretty much they're really bored, they're really hungry, they're cut off from the outside world, so they have to just keep themselves busy, keep themselves sane, keep themselves just calm about everything. And this whole experience is written through the eyes of a 13-year-old girl, which is this book right here. And this is quite, I feel like it's going to be a very sad novel. I feel like when I'm done reading this diary, I'm going to cry near the end of it or something. I don't know what it is about it because I don't know that much about Anne Frank to say that yes, it's a very sad book, or no, it's a very happy, joyful book, but something about it just tells me that, you know, maybe something goes wrong with her family and the Nazis, and I don't know, something about it, but it makes me just really curious and it makes me really want to read it. The really good thing about this is in school right now, in history, we're learning about World War II and the Nazis and Hitler and all those bad things that he did, Jews, concentration camps, all that fun stuff. Not really. Well, it's fun. It is fun. And I thought this is such an interesting way to get another perspective on what the Nazis really were like. It's just, I'm so excited to read this book. You do not know how excited I am. So the second book I really want to read is called The Memory Keeper's Daughter. Now I've already started this book a little bit. I started it last night. I haven't got through too much because I was so tired that I just fell asleep like that. But the part that I did start was quite interesting, and it's about this, at the beginning of the book, it's about this couple, a doctor called David Henry and his wife, and it starts off on a cold, blizzard, stormy, snowy night, and it's set in 1964, and the wife is going through labor. She is ready to have her kid. She's about to have her kids at any moment, and the husband, the doctor, is forced to take her to the nearest hospital, which is his own hospital clinic. They called it his own clinic. Forced to go there, and this is all completely new to him. But because the hospital with the labor ward is a really long way away and they can't travel that far in the blizzard, he is forced to deliver his own kids. Turns out he has twins. He has one boy and one girl. Now the boy is the first one to arrive. The boy is perfectly fine and all that sort of stuff. The girl, however, she's born with Down syndrome. So the dad, David, says to one of his nurses, Caroline, that you take her and put her into an institution, as if she's got some sort of mental disease or something. Just go stick her in an institution for a bit. I don't want her right now, type of thing. So nurse Caroline says okay, and instead of taking the baby to the institution, she decides otherwise and decides to raise the baby on her own. And that's pretty much all it says in the back, and that's pretty much all I've read as well. And I'm just really curious to see whether the girl, the daughter, and the dad will ever reunite, and if they do, will the dad feel bad about his decisions that he made against his daughter, or will he, will he regret what he said those past couple years or something? I don't know, but I'm really interested to see how the story goes down because I've already started reading it, and so far so good. but hopefully the ending is a happy ending. Fingers crossed it is, because so far the book is really interesting, and the whole storyline and the whole idea of this novel just really intrigues me. So I can't wait to finish it. So yeah, this will be a good book. Okay, third book that I really want to read is called Still Alice. Yeah, that will do. You don't really need to see it. It's just Still Alice with a blue butterfly and the author's name. And this book, first of all, I picked it up because the cover is so minimal. Like, there's not anything in the cover. It's just one of those covers that makes me feel happy because it does not give too much of the storyline away. It doesn't ruin the book for you. It doesn't, you know, it's not one of those movie covers. Oh, I hate those books with the movie covers. Because, I don't know, I hate movie covers and I hate covers that give too much of the book away. But this cover, on the other hand, has pretty much nothing except for a blue butterfly. So I read the back, and basically, to sum it all up, it's about this lady named Alice who was a Harvard professor. She was a hard-working person overall. She had a successful husband. She had 3 healthy grown children. Her life was pretty much perfect until one day she starts to forget things as she goes along with everything. So first it starts off small and she sort of just brushes it off, and over time her forgetfulness gets worse and worse until her last stage was her forgetting where she is and getting lost in her own neighborhood, the neighborhood that she's lived in for pretty much all her life. That's when she realized that something is terribly, terribly wrong. Something is not right with me. Now, after that, she finds herself on a downward spiral, just sort of down Alzheimer's disease. She finds that she has Alzheimer's and she's just getting worse and worse. Her health is deteriorating. And now she's 50 years old and she realizes that she has to reevaluate her life. She has to go through the same relationship with her husband again. She has to bring that relationship back. She has to earn the relationship of her children again because she can't afford to lose those things, because she does have short-term memory loss, and because of that she is like very prone to forgetting her children's names, their birthdays, her own birthday, her husband's name, when they got married, all that sort of stuff. So she wants to try and rekindle, I guess you could say, her memory and try to get it running again. And she realizes that she has to try different things to make herself realize that she hasn't changed, that she still is the same Alice as she was before Alzheimer's disease. And yeah, she starts living each day as if it was her last because she doesn't want to waste time on little things when she could be doing better things with her family or something. And just reading that blurb made me so interested because, first of all, it's about a disease. That sounds really bad, but stories that have to do with like sicknesses or mental illnesses or different things that go on in people's heads just intrigue me so much. I was so interested. I wanted to read it the second I read Alzheimer's disease. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible. But I know that when books have some disease or some disorder related to them, the ending is always so happy and it's always such an inspirational story to read and whatnot that it makes me happy. So yeah, that's why I picked it up. I'm so excited. The last book, book number 4, is this book called The Behavior of Moths. Now, if the title wasn't already interesting to you, then what? I mean, when I saw this title, I was a little bit confused as to what it was about. I, being the quick judger that I am sometimes, I just looked at the cover and I went, okay, it's to do with moths. Why would I want to read that? And then I came back to it for a bit. I was like, hang on, let me read the back. Let me see what the back says. I read it and it's about these 2 sisters called Vivian and Ginny. Yep, Ginny from Harry Potter, Ron's sister. Vivian has not come back into their family house in 47 years. She's left and she has not come back On the other hand, Ginny has never really left her house in 47 years. She doesn't go outside, she doesn't do anything. She never ventures outside of her house. Now, one day Vivian arrives and comes back into the house, and because these sisters have been separated for so long, there are many secrets, many stories that have been unshared between the two of them. And Ginny finds out some of these secrets are a lot more disturbing than she thinks they are, and they disturb more than her routinely life. They disturb everything about her, every aspect in her life. And yeah, it's basically through Ginny's voice. So it's not through Vivian's mind, it's through Ginny. So you're reading through the eyes of Ginny. And basically the whole end story of this, as it says here, is about what families are capable through love. And that just, again, told you, families, people, stories, disorders / diseases, anything to do with people, just, yes, I'm going to read it. So this is about sisterly love, I'm guessing. Yes. And I'm just so excited to read it, considering the polar opposites that they are, and the fact that they haven't met in over 47 years. And I just want to know what those secrets are, why they're going to, disturb Ginny's life and her routine and all that sort of stuff. I'm just very curious to know what happens. And so, yeah, that's that book. Those were all 4 of my books that I really want to read and why I wanted to read them. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. The button is right here. And leave a comment down below whether or not I should film a book review as I finish these. So the first book I will finish is The Memory Keeper's Daughter. So let me know if you'd want a book review for Memory Keeper's Daughter, and then so on and so on and so on as I finish these books, because that would be really cool to film and really fun for me to film, just sort of ranting about a particular book. That'll be really good. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.